Hi there, Ottawa. This is Michael Mancini, and I'm Paul Rainville, and you are watching the Production Ottawa preview for
The Secret Mask, running from September 11th to the 30th.
at GCTC.
Let's look at this. Do you recognize this?
No.
This is your telephone book. It's where you wrote down the names and telephone numbers you wanted to remember.
Well, that is simply beyond me.
You see the handwriting? It looks a lot like the way you wrote your name. You wrote these names down.
If you say so. The Secret Mask is a story of a young man, played by Michael. This man, George, is called to Vancouver, where his father,
Played by Paul Rainville.
Ernie, has had a stroke, and he rushes to his bedside.
The twist is that the son and the father have never really met because the father abandoned him 38 years ago when he was a small child. And so not only is he dealing with his father who has lost his memory and is suffering from aphasia, which is a mixing up of language, but he really doesn't even know this man.
Throughout the course of the play, we really come to understand the way Ernie speaks and his misuse of the language. And it's quite a fascinating journey that the audience gets to go on, but it's interesting to watch Michael's character, George, try to figure out where his father's headed.
So the two men are trying to sort of put the pieces together of Ernie's life and get to know each other at the same time.
And when it all comes together, it's this sort of, it's a beautiful story of reconciliation and tallying ho, as Ernie likes to say.
Yeah.
You'll find out what that means when you come and see it.
Hang on.
That says George. George is your son, yours and Jacqueline's.
Okay, I know this.
This is him.
This.
You know him now?
I'm not at culvert point there, but I know this.
You remember me?
This is a secret mask.
The Secret Mask?
Obviously.
And the Secret Mask is?
This, right here.
Me.
No, this.
Ernie, what do you mean when you say the Secret Mask?
It's, well, very calculating. There's probably another word for it, but I sure don't know what it
You're
is.
doing fine, Ernie. It's going to come to you. It's all coming back.
I don't know much, but I know this. That's the secret mask.
The Secret Mask is heartbreaking and funny, and it's a very unusual combination in a play. I remember both reading it and having witnessed it as an audience member. The experience as an audience member is that it's very moving at times, and yet a second later you'll be laughing your guts out.
It's a beautiful story about a father and son who have spent a lot of time apart and are coming together again and are finding their road together again. And that road is incredibly emotional, very beautiful, and very funny.
I think another challenge is just sort of helping the actors through what Ernie is saying, because he's often speaking in this very perplexing and funny, convoluted language, which is part of the aphasia, the condition that he suffers after his stroke. So he has to, Paul has to understand exactly what he's saying, even though he's twisting his words around. And then the comedy, too, lies in poor George, who's trying to understand what his father is saying, and Ernie's treating him as if he's the one who's all mixed up.
It's kind of like a buddy pick. I think this is the first buddy play. George and Ernie meet and end up kind of walking off into the sunset together, and it's the start of a beautiful friendship. In that sense, it's kind of like a buddy pick. But it's quite fascinating as a journey.
So I invite you to come out and see The Secret Mask, running at the Great Canadian Theatre Company.
With Kate Hurman, Paul Rainville, and Michael Mancini.